Hey guys, what is up? This is Dan here as always, and I've got another layout update. This one's going to be relatively shorter, and I don't have as much to show this time around. Mostly customer projects and a few pieces of mine that I've just recently completed. I got a few things at a train show, and I've been doing a little bit of eBay budget shopping, so I got a few things to show, but not too much. I've been really busy at work lately, so it's kind of taken a lot of my time away. Being that we're getting into the holiday season, things are getting busier. So right now I really haven't had much time to be home lately, so I'm going to try to show these projects now while I have the chance. So this should get us by till the next update. But like I said, I just wanted to kind of catch up on what I'm working on right now, so you guys have some material for now. Anyways, what I got to start with is a pair of Bachmann SD40-2s. These are both CSX units. You got 8868 and 8856, both the DCC, the old Bachmann units. Everybody knows these. These aren't that great to begin with, and they're kind of ratty looking, and the detail is very poor as well. There's not really much to say about these other than the fact that I got these both from friends of mine. The first one in the back here was sent to me. The guy I'm doing this project for wants me to repaint it, but as you can see, when I got it, it has some problems. Yeah, so I'm going to try to fix that if I can. I think I dealt with that before on another Bachmann unit that I think I worked on once when I had one of mine. Long story short, I ended up selling that, however, but I think I dealt with that problem before, so I might be able to fix that. I don't know. But this one's going to get repainted when I get a little more time. I'll have to disassemble it and hopefully re-detail it. As you can see, whoever owned it previously tried to do some detailing, but it definitely didn't come out very well. So I'm going to have to strip all that off, do some cosmetic repairs, and I'll touch that all up and then possibly re-detail it if he wants me to. So we'll see about that. So I'll just keep that in my keep that on the side for now until I can get some time to work on it. But the other one here is another one that a friend sent me. He originally wanted me to repaint it, but he decided not to, and he just told me to hold on to it. So I don't know really what I'm going to do to it right now. It might actually just be a part source for this one here, or if I can't repair this one, I'll swap all the parts off of this one and put it on this one. So I don't know, but these are two project locos that are kind of in the works for now, just kind of on a standby for now. But we'll see how those go. Not too much on that, though. These next cars here, I have a pair of Athearn LPG cars, or the liquefied petroleum gas tankers. And this one here is a Procore car. It's number 30338 Procore car. And with these, this is an older LPG car. The one early cars built by Union Tank. And with this, I kind of tried to weather it a little heavier since it's an older car. I've seen a few of these older LPG cars in both the white and the black scheme, and I actually have both. You'll see the white one here in a minute. But again, with this one, I just tried to keep it simple. I just weathered it. Tried to make it look relatively old. You can see the rust streaks coming down from the roof walk on the top. And they kind of streak down just a little bit on the ends there. You got the kick up and the mud splatter on the end. All nice and grimy and weathered up. And you can see that grime and rust goes all the way across that platform, around there at the hatch, and then goes all the way down to the other end of the roof walk. So it looks really cool. The results came out pretty good. And at the top of the hatch here, you can see there's like a bit of a cleaning solution spilling down the side. And with some of these LPG cars that I've seen, sometimes like after they haul a load, they'll clean them out, And sometimes they'll use like a water mixed with a chemical solution to clean them out. And as you can see, it leaves this white filmy residue that kind of runs down the side. As you can see, that's already kind of starting to wash away a little bit, kind of as it streaks down. So I just added that with a little bit of an acrylic wash. It came out pretty good. But most of the rust effects, by the way, are acrylic as well. And then I just followed behind with some chalk pestles, and then I used some bagged-in powders to follow up. So that came out pretty good. The underbody weathering came out pretty good as well. I'll try to flip that over. You can see the trucks came out exceptionally well. You can see you got the kick up on the underbody, and then you got some of that mud splatter. You got the grime around the little hatch there at the bottom, and then again at the other end of the other truck here. All came out pretty good. So that's that side. This side here has a little graffiti, as you can see. Just a few hand-drawn tags, nothing crazy there. Again, you got that nice weathering. A little dirty, but not too crazy. I think it looks pretty good. There's the kick up on the other end. So that's looking good. That's the first LPG car. Now the other one I have is a little more dirtier. It's a white one. And again, I've seen some of these too, and that's where I got the inspiration to weather this. As you can see, with the Procore, there were two versions, the white one and the black one. I think the black one was the later version. The white one was the early, and as you can see, it's quite a bit more heavily weathered. Now, you can kind of compare the two. If you look at the black one, it has about the same rust effects, but notice how they're kind of more subtle and you can't really see them as well, being that it's a black car. With the white one, the rust is a little more exposed and you can kind of see it better. So I really took the time to kind of model that, as you can see. So you got all the grime and the wear on the walkways and around the hatch. Running down the other walkway, you got all the rust streaks coming down the sides, and those are all done by hand, which was pretty labor intensive. Took a little bit of time, but it came out pretty good. It looks really good. You got a few little rust spots here and there, kind of scattered about. A few hand-drawn tags. I did add the safety stripes to this as well, as you can see. Both of these cars actually have the reflective striping, which I try to add to all these cars. So that looks really good. And there's the kick up on this end, and then you got the kick up on the other end. They both came out pretty nice. This is a Genesis car, by the way. The one I have here is the Athearn RTR, and you can kind of compare the two. Obviously the Genesis cars have a little more detail. They finish it with the coupler bars, the brake line, and then I think they actually have a little bit more underbody detailing as well compared to the RTR. So that looks really good. We'll go ahead and set this aside. And as you can see, looking down the end of the car here, you can see those nice rust effects, which came out really, really nice. The car looks really good. So that'll be joining my fleet of LPG cars, and I'll put that in propane or LPG service. So that's the LPG cars. I'll definitely have some more of those coming. Now this next tank car I have is one that I'm actually just finishing up. This is one I've had for a while. It's an older Walther's 23K car. And with this one, it needed quite a bit of work. I actually got this for free, by the way, but it was a project of mine, alright, definitely. But I went ahead and kind of took parts off of another car and re-detailed it, and then stripped it and repainted it a flat black. It still needs to be gloss coated, but I'm not really sure what I'm going to do to it at this point. I'll probably get some decals from whatever road, maybe a UTLX car or something, and re-decal it. So that's kind of on a standby right now. I'll probably just rebox it and put it away for a while until I can get some time to figure out what I want to do and work on it a little bit. Here's the trucks for it too as well. I replaced the older plastic wheels with the improved metal ones, and they're still on the Walther's trucks too. So those just need to be finished and weathered as well. So this project will be on standby for a little while. I'm in no hurry to get this done. I'll just take my time with it. When I have some more time, I'll work on it. Now, this last project of mine is actually another brass car, and it's an Overland brass CSX C27A caboose, just like the chassis car, which I have here in the back. Both equally pretty rare and hard to find, but I got lucky and got this one at a really good deal. A friend gave it to me, pretty well priced, and I actually got car number 904051, and I'll go ahead and show it to you here. It's in the Operation Lifesaver, the Operation Red Block scheme, as you can see. The early CSX scheme that they started putting on these caboose when CSX kind of came into power in the 90s. Or rather, when they actually just started repainting a lot of their equipment in the 90s, I mean. But with this, I didn't really do too much. I did have to add in a full car interior to this, since the Overland brass cars kind of lack that interior detail. And again, the Overland brass cars are nice. They have great external detail. They're really well done and everything. But a lot of the early cars, this one happens to be from 2003, the run was anyways. A lot of those earlier production models, they didn't have cab interiors. So I had to add one for my own. So I made all the seats, all the interior details from styrene and brass, and then added them and reinstalled it to the car. So it came out pretty good, and the Overland brass cars are really nice because you get all the see-through brass etchings, all that good detail. You got the window screens, all that. The printing and the painting is really good. The only things I really did to this was not only finish the interior detailing, but I did the truck weathering, as you can see, which is necessary on any brass model to cover up that shiny metal. I did have the safety stripes, by the way, which are reflective as well. And then I weathered up the couplers and then added the brake lines and the coupler bars. I did add these class lights too, which are on both ends. I made these from pieces of styrene and then an MV lens, and then I painted it and added it to the model. So that looks pretty good. But you can see that nice detail on these Overland cars. You gotta love it. Then we'll flip to this side. And there's the weathering on the trucks again. All that nice underbody detailing. Very nice. And then here's the other end. And there's the class light that I added as well. And all the detailing that I finished. And on this side, it's in what was cool about these cars is that one side displayed the Operation Red Block scheme, and then the other side displayed Operation Lifesaver, which was pretty cool. Now on this side, what I did was I removed the window screen, since I wanted to model this as on this side as like someone was in there and opened up the screens and possibly opened up the windows. What I did was I actually had a spare window screen from a previous project from another Overland brass car back when I was still painting up some brass models for a customer of mine. I had a spare angled window screen like this, and what I did was I cut it in half. I removed the stock one from the model and then re-glued the cut ones to the model to make them look like they were opened up. So that looks really cool, as you can see. Pretty awesome. I really like this car. It looks great, and I'm happy to have one. So I pretty much have a complete set of the Overland brass cars now, one in the chassis scheme and one in the CSX scheme, which were both ones that I wanted. They look good, really nice. So those are my two Overland cabooses right there, and we'll go ahead and finish up with some locomotives, and both of these are ones I'm doing for a customer. I have the CSX SD40. This is an Athearn RTR unit, and this is number 8704, and as you can see, it's needs a little bit of work, but what he wanted me to do to them was just weather them up like in the photos of the modern CSX right before they get repainted to YN3. And with the 8704, it only made it so far before it got repainted, so I just weathered it in its last days of wearing YN2. So as you can see, the paint fade is really good. I had to do that quite a bit. It took several layers and coats of paint to kind of dull it down a little bit, but it looks pretty good. And you can see the extensive fading on the sides of the car body. The gray is all faded. You got a lot of oil and grease streaking. A lot of exhaust soot at the top around the vents here, and all over the top there around that exhaust hatch, the air filter cabinet, the dynamic brake fan, all that's there. I did relocate the K5LA to the back just like in the prototype photos, and added the replacement black fan as well. I also darkened the grills and did all that. Full underbody weathering, fuel tank weathering, the trucks are nicely weathered and all that. I did add the reflective safety stripes as well, and overall it came out really good. You can see the nice weathering around the hatch. The yellow is faded down really well. Now you'll notice the front railing and a few of the other railings, including the one on the fireman's side, are missing. And like I said, these were both project locos, and what he just wanted me to do was weather them up. He's going to do all the detailing. He's going to finish the detailing like adding the ditch lights and the plow. He's going to do that all himself. He just hired me to weather them. So he'll finish all the detailing up. But this is what I did, as you can see. So here's the other side. Pretty happy with it. Looks pretty good. So that's the 8704, and again that's an Athearn RTR unit. This next unit is an Athearn Genesis CSX SD70 Mac in the YN2 scheme. And again with this one, it's pretty much the same story. He's going to finish the detailing, reinstall the handrails which were all damaged, and again finish the detailing. So I just weathered them. So I just did it according to the photos. I think this was a little hard to track down because I found out this unit got renumbered pretty quick, since this is modeled in the early days when CSX originally got these Macs. But during the period when they started getting their GEVOs and they started going through the renumbering program, a lot of these units got renumbered to a higher 4-digit number series and then got repainted to YN3 later on. So it was kind of hard to track down this number, so I just weathered it as close as I could. The real photos. You got the HTC trucks, they're nice and grimy. The wheels are all weathered nicely. Fuel tank weathering. As you can see, not too dirty. I did add the reflective striping as well. You can't really see it though because they're grimed over really well. Darken the grills. Just an overall grime and soot coat. Still modeled pretty early in early YN2, so it's not too filthy. There's the front pilot. And there's the back end. The back end still has the railing, so I was able to save that. But all the other handrails on this were pretty well shot, so you can see on this end it's not too grimy either, still pretty clean. It's just really grimy around mostly around the underbody of the unit. Here's the other side. There's that nice truck weather again. And one of these brake cylinders is messed up though. Push that down. There we go. So both of these units came out pretty good, I think. They're pretty well done at this point and ready to ship back, so hopefully I can get those in the mail here this week, and then hopefully he'll send me some photos of these when I'm done. Maybe I'll share them on my Facebook or something, but that's pretty much it for now, guys. I mean, that pretty much catches us up on my projects that I've been working on lately. So until next time, I'll definitely have some more projects coming, but for now this is about it. So I hope you guys like this video. Again, I'll keep updating you. Be sure to check out my Facebook, Daniel Arnold, Dan's Custom Trains, and be sure to like it as well. So until next time, guys, thanks for watching and take care.